I've just finished my after-dinner coffee, and I've got a glass of wine to finish yet. So all going well. Weather-wise down here, I think it's been about 12 degrees. It's quite warm. Well, it's not cold, and it's not been wet. And so, yeah, quite a nice day. I actually got out to wash the car this afternoon, so that's a first, well, certainly for a long while anyway. So there we go. So back to you, Chris. M7CCS in the group G0 for UZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I was alerted that the theme tune went out now. It's all license free and it has gone out for a while. But of course, I've been alerted that the audio was not going out. It should be going out now. Obviously in a minute. The live stream that I used to chuck the audio over from cqnorthwest, I haven't refreshed it in a while in the OBS software, so that's been refreshed, and now we should have basically all slides. We will go round N6 UTC. Okay, we're marking as listening until he does call in for a check-in. Keeps things moving. So, we go to Steve now, GW5 of VOG. Who picks up the mic? It literally is, we know it's D'Artagnan, isn't it? And the 3. So, right, we'll go over to you there, Steve, GW5 of VOG.
GW5VOG returning, thank you, Chris, or should I say D'Artagnan. It looked really good straight off, and then we got 2 dropouts. I was going to say George up in South Lanarkshire. I'm not sure whether I've ever spoken to him before. Might have done, but it would have been a long time ago, so I thought that was good, but then he's disappeared. So good evening to Rod and Michael, and anyone else that's listening. Oh, Donna's listening, yeah. Obviously not going out to get your takeaway at all, or cooking your meal for you. I just also finished my evening meal about 30 seconds before I came here, and I had Marks and Spencer's cod and chips and mushy peas, and it was very nice. And you saw that I keyed up on CQ Northwest as well, but that was I could until the very last minute for some weird reason, probably because I haven't used it for ages. And I think I've got all my equipment working now after I disconnected it all for Christmas, and then when I put it back together, it was a few problems on it. I think it's all working now, so fingers crossed. And so back to you then, Chris. M7CCS from GW5VOG in a group.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, that advertisement for Marks and Spencer's there, and of course, I did come across, a YouTube video this week. A slightly plumb female doing a review, because, she had many to chuck away, and she pretty much did a review on Tom Kerridge's fish and chips in Harrods. Apparently, didn't like the batter, was a waste of 40-odd pounds. Donna's giving an update on YouTube there, making quiche for dinner tonight. well, directed at you there, Steve. And beef and mushroom pie for tomorrow. So that's to everyone there. So yeah, we don't need the Marks and Spencer, but there is a little handy app that I used this week actually, and of course yeah, I can't remember what it's actually called now. It's something like Too Good to Go or something like that. That's what it was called. Too Good to Go. It's an app, and you can go on there, and yeah, if you're in a vicinity of Marks and Spencer's, you can get a surprise bag, and it won't cost you a lot. I did a Morrison's Bakery one. I came out with about £10 worth of cakes and bread rolls and stuff, and I paid £2.75. So yeah, can't do the currency there, Michael. So yeah, we got a bit of food porn in there as well before it even got to you. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa from Lebanon, Tennessee, southern United States, where it is about 5 degrees Celsius, although it's not up much colder than that this morning. This week has been a very cold week, but the worst part of it is not the temperatures, but the wind. The wind just cuts right through you. We've had a lot of wind and drops the temperature probably about 10 degrees Celsius on the wind coming through. But I'm inside, so that's what's good. Since we're already starting the food porn, I'll tell you what I had. My wife had a craving yesterday for catfish, fried catfish, and when she didn't want to go anywhere on it. And if you do that in the house, it kind of stinks up the house. So she picked up an order of catfish and fried chicken. It's kind of a southern version of surf and turf. So for lunch today, I had a fried chicken leg and some catfish with a roll, and a nice carrot cake for dessert. That's my first part of the food porn. I'll get to something later on that she actually made and was really delicious. Good to hear from you, Rod and Steve. Glad everybody's around today. I thought it was a little funny because I was number 7 on the list. I was way down the list, so I thought it'd take forever to get to me, but it popped up quick. So we'll see how it goes. I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, I call it patience game actually when I do the pre-check-ins. So yeah, I'll put 3 check-ins in, like that with the key-ups that have keyed up over the last half an hour kind of thing, and then I see who's still there waiting. And of course, yeah, we get it through, but of course the call signs come up on the net now. I've chucked them to listening because I can't give them a penalty for not being there. And of course, yeah, the one thing is when they call in. If they call in, then they automatically could end up speaking again in a couple of overs, because of course they will get reinstated in at their original number. But I'm looking on the YouTube now. We've got MW0RHD. So like I said, I didn't hear him, so I will put him into the log. Well, we can actually call him now. And I will put him in the log as well, MW0RHD, and as it comes up on the WPSD dash and everything else, it comes up as Bike for Bob, and of course, yeah, he has got the tripe to go with it. So we will try and give Bob a call, and of course, I kept watching the live stream, and that is slightly delayed, so I will now call MW0RHD, and then we will call for more check-ins.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, Mike Whiskey 0, Romeo Hotel Alpha. Good evening, Chris, and everybody else. On this night, good to be back with you, and now I can use this device and get in. Say hello, so good to hear you. I just want you to reach me, so talk to you again. So good evening.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Bob, and yeah, I could tell by the audio, but then I looked up to the XLX dashboard for reference, and yeah, using DStar there, so you've got that working, and of course, all the guys that have helped you in the W.D.R.G, think you owe them a pint, hi, and they've got you up and running, so all good. So, yeah, if what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call for some check-ins. So, if you would like to be number 10 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
Good evening, this is Mike 7, Hotel, Yankee Hotel. The operator name is Brian, and I'm located about 12 miles from the city of Manchester.
Okay, yeah, I got Brian there, and I picked it up as Mike 7 Alpha Yankee Alpha. I'm sure you said also, and that's what I heard. So of course, yeah, I can see that you're coming through via CQ Northwest, and of course, yeah, you don't hold a current DMR ID, or you didn't when this database was built. Hi, about 5 years ago that I used for my log. So I'll put it back over to you now to have a bit of an over, and of course, welcome to the Saturday Ragchew Net M7 Yankee Alpha. Please correct me if I got that wrong.
Yeah, you've got the call sign wrong. It's Mike 7, Hotel, Yankee, Hotel, M7, HYH. Back to you.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, I've got that sorted out, not a problem there. Mike 7, Hotel Yankee Hotel, and of course I've managed to get it in there, Brian. So what I'll do is I will call for more check-ins. If you'd like to be number 11 in the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over to keep things moving. We will jump to what we call the top of the list. But shall we give second? Well, there's been a chance to check in. I know the call signs haven't called in, so we will go to straight in play to number 4. There's Rod.
G0, you said, back to the group. Yeah, all good there. Welcome to Brian. Nice to hear you on. I don't think I've heard you on before, but you're always welcome. Yeah, Michael, that catfish and southern fried chicken sounds really nice. So I've never eaten catfish, I must admit, never eaten it. But I know it's quite a delicacy in the they go around sticking their hands down holes in the river until the catfish bite them and then drag them out. I've seen it on YouTube, but yeah, apparently they don't have any teeth. But yeah, sounds good. So what else has happened? There's not really a lot happened here. Been a very poor week, really. I took my 2 grandchildren, the boys, to tennis today. The mother has a bad neck, so I couldn't take them. So that, I had to take them at 11 o'clock and wait till... so I amused myself listening to country music on the radio. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Wasn't a chore at all. And usually they blag me into take them for Tesco's. And I've often said to my daughter that I feel like I've been mugged when I come out. They put so much stuff in the trolley. And she told me, I don't know why you do it, because they don't get treats. When they she says, I buy their treats on the Tesco order. So I didn't even offer today. But as it turns out, I only came back with one. One was going somewhere else doing some rock climbing. So that was the end of that. Good day, really. So back to you, Chris. CCS G0, I'll have to use that.
Mike 7 Charlie here, thanks very much there, Rod. I've scrolled through the YouTube comments, and the internet went down on NDAS phone N6 UTC. He is next in the list on the log, so we'll see if he's actually back. His internet must be back up if he actually commented on YouTube. So we'll have a little callie. N6 UTC. Okay, I left it up there, but if you're listening on the live stream, it will be slightly delayed. So we go round to Steve, GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Just get my computer to work again. There we are. So I can try not to time out. Yeah, so the weather here in South Wales, we've had a little bit of sun today, and it's been a bit warmer as well. Yesterday was sunny, but was quite cold. And the day before was like so miserable. I don't think we had much rain, but it was like dark, cloudy all day. In fact, 9:30 in the morning, it was almost still like night time. So anyway, but we haven't got any cold wind or storms coming, so that's a bit of a change. This morning, we're both in the middle of applying for new passports because they run out in June, and we've got to go to Barcelona in August, and the airlines don't like you to only have a few months left on your passport, do you? So anyway, my wife applied for hers first, and it was supposed to arrive this morning between 8:35 and 12:35, and so I got up early, because we don't usually get up till about 9 o'clock, we're a bit lazy. I got up early at 10 to 8, and we live in the back of the house, so you know, if you've got like coffee machines, washing machines, some machine going, sometimes you can't hear the front door. So I sat in the front where I am now, actually, and sat and watched a bit of the build up to the Manchester derby on Sky, and sat, and they never turned up. So about 20 past 12, my wife comes in and says to me, "Oh, I've just managed to get on the Royal Mail tracking thing, and they say it's in Cardiff, at the head post office in Cardiff." So he said, "Well, there's no way we'll have it today." So I said, "Right, I'm going to have my bath now then." So I go upstairs, run the bath, get in, ding dong, it's the door, and there it is. So I couldn't believe that. I've been sat there all morning, and then they came as soon as I went in the bath. Anyway, that was good. We were glad to get that, although we were a bit sad not having our EU passports anymore. They look quite nice, the new passports. I'm sure some of you have got them. They're not blue, all the fuss about them being blue. They're black. you've got to sign them, which is a bit weird, because when we had the one we had before, the signature was digitally put in. Anyway. So back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Me. Okay, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yep. I did say you already done it, but you got in before me, and we doubled as I was going in there. There was, well, yeah, the 0 that might have come up on some people's dashboards was me. But yeah, it's all good there, Steve. And of course, that is always the way if you're waiting for a parcel. So yeah, the best one is Amazon, however brand's available. Yeah, it turns around and it tells you it's going to be there at a time. And you think, oh, that's alright. So you check round, you know, just before that time. And then, oh, it's going to be longer. Yeah, you think, well, okay, I've got some time. I'll start doing something. But yeah, like you said, go for a bath or something like that. And then, of course, they knock on the door. Yeah, if Donna was in the same room, she'd give me a dagger look now, but don't even start me on if you order alcohol or tobacco on Just Eat. Hi. Right, we will go over to WA5 RIP.
Whiskey on 5, Romeo and Papa. Well, I've eaten different kinds of versions of catfish out there. Your cleanest version of catfish is ones that are farm raised. They're usually raised in a lake that's fairly clean. They have a nice, delicate taste, not unlike maybe cod or whitefish, something on those lines. If you get a traditional catfish as a bottom feeding fish, it's going to have kind of a musky odor or taste to it because they eat whatever bugs and everything that's on the bottom of the lakes. So that's a little bit different taste altogether. I'm going to take a minute here and brag about my wife. Now, here, I don't know how it is overseas, but the police who go into domestic situations or drug situations where there's a family involved, they have to take kids out of that situation, the children, and they're taken away from their families to keep them safe. And when they do that, they generally lose most of their positions, especially initially. My wife and some other groups have gotten together, and they've decided to make blankets. These are handmade blankets, different fabrics, and she ties them up, or she does some kind of sewing. Don't ask me how, because I'm not a sewer type person. She's made probably about, I'd say, 8 or 10 of these blankets. They put them in large Ziploc bags. They put them in the back of police cars. And what happens is if the policeman has to take that person, those children, away from that family, they give them a blanket. Generally, it's going to look like a small blanket, or something for a kid to wrap up in. But they have something of their very own to take with them if they have to go into custody, or not really custody, but into a different family situation. So they have something that they'll have all their own to follow. It kind of makes the transition a little bit easier. Hopefully one day they'll be back with their families and some of this stuff will be resolved. But she's part of helping those people out. And I want to say I'm very proud of her and the groups that do these things, because it really does help those children out a lot. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there. Michael, and yeah, I've had to pause my playback on YouTube, and of course, yeah, I've got it back now. Had to call up the Echolink MB6PG-L, same as last week, Paul. And of course, I can now hear myself coming back because I've opened I've opened the Echolink. So we're getting an echo. But so I'm going to put it over to MW0RHD.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, Mike Whiskey to Romeo Hotel Delta. Well, a very good evening to you all. It's been a while since I've been on the net. And, yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to have this device working. And I received a lot of help with many things from the W.D.R.G group, but this wasn't one of them. The device I'm using is a TV Megacast, and what was wrong with the connection screen had gone down, and so I was connected up with the guys in Netherlands at Computronics, and they got it sorted last week. But yes, that doesn't walk away from the fact that the W.D.R.G group has helped me in many ways, mainly with Raspberry Pis and stuff. So it's yeah, I'm coming in on the Raspberry Pi, on the TV Megacast. You'll remember it, Chris. And no matter what I try, I've still got a near enough swallow of the mic for you to be able to hear me. John and I are now getting better. The virus is starting to clear up. Just got back from the Liver 45 we have in our lane, see. Been over to see some friends there who had a bereavement in the family. And we was been over there to help with them. We've got to go over there for the funeral at the end of the month. So, yeah, it's been keeping busy. Things haven't been too great, health-wise. That's well, for me anyway. But it's good to hear you all. Weather's cleared up here, it's been nice today. It's 7 degrees C now. It's what time? 8 o'clock, 7 degrees C outside. I don't think we've seen that one since before October. So, yeah, it's good. And I hope everything's well with you. Managed to get onto Suzy as well, using the same device. Thank you, comes to you, Chris. Mike Whiskey's at Birmingham Hotel Delta. In the chat with me is John MW3C1Q, but you're not going to call it. Back to you, Chris, from MW0RHD.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, if I pick that up right, MW3CYQ, unless it's recent, it ain't got a DMR ID. But, yeah, I'm not there to receive a punch in the arm or anything from... And, of course, yeah, you're on your behaviour, there, Bob. But, yeah, it's all good there. You just need to push the radio back towards your mouth sometimes, because you do tend to let it slip away. But, yeah, other than that, Bob, it all seems to be working fine for you there, and of course, yeah, you can get into the net again, and it's all good. So, I've been keeping an eye on the Echolink by actually putting the volume down on the phone, so I don't get an echo back. Yeah, next we will... No, we won't. We will be going to M7SOP. But next, we are going to be going to Brian. Mike 7, Hotel, Yankee, Hotel. Over.
Okay, Chris, thank you for bringing me back. Yeah, I've not been up to much, really. I don't do much driving at weekends because I'm always driving during the week there, Chris, so I've just been chilling out and been on 2 meters this morning, speaking to people doing the, the parks and, and that's about it, really. My job, quite busy. I deliver medication to people's houses and care homes, so you can imagine what it's like, and the roadworks have been horrific up this neck of the woods. There's always somebody digging the roads up, and it's causing traffic jams all the time, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, your transmission did drop after you said about the traffic and the traffic jam. Well, I think that's just about anywhere in the UK, to be honest. But nowhere more than where I live and our multi-million pound cycle lane. Yeah. Traffic lights galore. Yeah, then... action of I can actually in this room, that very room, the radio room, and I can listen to the Hamburger roundabout, and when it's rush hour, like past my house, you know, from that roundabout.
I might do the spirit of September, hoping I'll get through tonight. Yeah, I couldn't find your call sign in the system tonight for some reason. I've got a feeling that you've updated your call sign to a different call sign, or at least it looks different. Something looks strange tonight. I'm not quite sure what it was. I might consider it Oscar Pepper.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, you are back with us now. Yeah, it kind of chucked you out then, after you're over, by the looks of it, but you got back in. But there is a WM call sign now because I was originally licensed in Wales, and of course, you know, you send the emails backwards, forwards. I've actually been in England now. I've actually been here like 3 years, so coming up to 3 years, and of course, yeah, we're still struggling with that, but I don't really use it unless I'm monitoring it, really, and of course, you identify when you call out anyway, so yeah, it's near enough there, and most of the time when I have calls to use Echolink, I'm normally in Wales. So I'll be at a W.D.R.G event or something. Yeah, it all marries up. Of course, I've got amateur radio sign like it's in the window of the shack. That's got Mike Whiskey 7 Charlie Sierra on it as well. But of course, yeah, it's history of the hobby really. But of course, I did drop the W quite a while ago. So what we're going to do now is we are going to see if anybody else would like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
MW0AXD Andy in Swansea. Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo.
Okay, MW0AXD, Andy in Swansea, probably via GB3WW, and I also got Twitter as well. So, Monty, so I'll let you have your over there, Andy. Over to you, MW0. AXD.
MW0XD Mercedes. Yeah, I think I'm coming in through the cross bridge of CQ Northwest of the DMR, because that's my local hotspot. And the FT918, not in a good shape at the moment, otherwise I would have used it. But yeah, good old DMR. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, QO100 receiving, so the ground station is halfway built. It needs a small mistake on the transmission side. I haven't got all the equipment yet. Delays from Amazon and other parties. I've ordered stuff and back stock and order, so it's getting there. But yeah, Q100's coming along very nicely. But yeah, thank you, Chris. Otherwise, yeah, have a nice time. Still enjoying the hobby. Join the own place. So there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie. Yeah, well, there's a problem waiting for parts to come when you're itching to do a project. I like to try and get all the parts out and then then do the project. But of course, yeah, it causes delays, and then you end up with a couple of projects on the go. But yeah, you updated me in via CQ Northwest on the hotspot there. But yeah, I'm not wrong. WW is in. I can see it. It's directly on W.D.R.G 87517. So yeah, I did hear him there, and yeah, I didn't have the heart to come back last weekend, if you can remember, Monty. Oh, I must have missed it. 2W1 TR. Over to you there, Monty.
Do whiskey 1 Tango Romeo. Yeah, I fell asleep on the sofa. And by the time I made a cup of tea, I didn't realise what the time was. I was walking around in a bit of a daze. And I missed it all anyway. Yeah, I'm just reading up on this new NASA moon mission. That looks quite interesting. Not sure how that'll go. It should be interesting to keep an eye on. I'm not sure if there's any value going to the moon anymore. But yeah, that could be interesting to look out for. A bit more space exploration, Star Trek stuff going on. Never know, it might be some Vulcans. Might come and sort this bloody planet out and sort us out. We need help. But yeah, be interesting to watch. So, do whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo, passing it back to control.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Monty. And of course, yeah, I did hear it. But of course, yeah, I wasn't actually near the radio. So, yeah, multitasking and talking now. So let's get the right call sign. So I'm just updating my details for Andy there, so that it will go out properly. Because, yeah, if I do it manually as it comes in, it'll be fine next time he comes in. So, yeah, that's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if anybody else would like to come in to the to the Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
Yeah, Chris, this is Brian, Mike 7 Hotel, Yankee Hotel. I'm going to go Clay now, Chris, if it's okay with you, and thank you for bringing me in, and I'm going to say good night to everybody, Chris, thank you.
Yeah, that's not at all there, Brian, and of course, yeah, I've marked you as with 7-3 there as well, so thanks very much for joining in there, and hopefully catch you again there, Brian. So, right, we've spoken to Monty, we didn't hear anyone, Brian's checked out, so we'll go up to Rod, G0EUZ, over to you there, Rod.
G0EUZ, back to the group. Yeah, good evening to Monty and Andy, and I didn't get name of the other caller. But nice to hear you on, anyway. Brian's over didn't come across the radio at all. I heard part of it on the live stream, but not enough to get the gist of what was happening. So that's a shame. And of course he's gone, so 7 Brian. Hopefully catch you again soon. Michael, yeah, that Kathy's project there is very commendable. And yeah, very worthwhile. Gives them something to, like you say, to cling on to as they get moved on. Yeah, brilliant. And of course, when it finally resolved, they get to take it home with them, don't they? So brilliant. What else was there? No, I don't think there's anything really. Going away at Easter for a week. It's not confirmed yet. My son-in-law's he's not the same firm, but he's changed departments. Lined up on leave-wise. So we'll have to wait and see. It'd be nice if we could get away at Easter. If we don't go at Easter, we'll probably go in May. Half terms. So, trying to get the year planned out, which isn't bad, is it? Well, it's not even the end of the winter. No doubt we've got some more cool stuff to come yet. Just north of our village, we have what looks like a river, but it's not actually. It's a man-made drainage dike, and probably a month ago it was bone dry virtually. The bridge I cross over, there was hardly anything running through. And then Friday after the rain on Thursday, that Steve mentioned, yeah, it was right up to the arches under the bridge, but it's gone down today. It does. It's designed to prevent flooding of the village. Well, it does. So back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, and yeah, there's me playing around, updating stuff, and then I know it's already Steve. That's probably where it's going. But yeah, thanks very much there, Rod, and we will go over to Steve GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning, thank you, Chris. Yeah, good evening to all our new joiners. Just did the numbers a little bit. So yeah, Michael, yeah, that's very good, the work that Kathy does. That's a brilliant idea. So it's good to see that your police are considering the welfare of the children, but let's hope it's not ICE that ever does it, because their style is to just throw a CS gas canister in whoever's in there. It's a bit naughty what's going on at the moment. Anyway, mustn't talk politics. And yeah, so yeah, as I say, I watched the football this morning, the Manchester derby, and unfortunately my team lost. So a bit depressing. Then we watched a live football that was on at 5:30, I think, on Sky, and it was Swansea versus Birmingham, and Swansea were winning for a long time, and then Birmingham equalised. Now, I didn't see right to the end of the match, so it was still going on when I came here to do this. So hopefully Birmingham didn't score again, but they were looking like they could easily. So a bit of a disappointment on the old football. So yeah, other than that, not done much today. As I said, I was sitting in wait for the postman all morning. Done a little tiny bit of FT8 this afternoon, just got 2 contacts. And then this, so that's been my day really. So back to you then, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Mike Whiskey 7, Bravo, Uniform Whiskey Mobile.
Mike Whiskey 7, Bravo, Whiskey, Uniform, Mobile. I've actually put the whole thing in then to my log, and it's meant absolutely nothing. But yeah, I've got you in the log there, and I will bring you in there. So of course, yeah, I've just got to remember where we actually were at, and that was with Steve, GW5 at VOG. So we'll go to Michael next, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and we will be with you there. Mike Whiskey with Mike Whiskey 7, Bravo, Uniform. So well, it's actually the wrong way round, but I will get that corrected. So we go to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Steve, I was going to tell you the Murphy's Law of Packages is that they will never deliver when you want them to, and you're standing there waiting on them, but you step away from the front door to do something important, they will deliver. That's usually how it goes. You know, that's usually how it is for a lot of those situations. When you need a police officer, he might be around the block. When you don't need him, he might be writing you a ticket. That's just the way it goes. I'm going to finish up my food porn section of the of my over. I don't know how many people have had the Egg McMuffins at McDonald's. Here, the Egg McMuffin consists of a the muffin part of it, the English muffin with the Canadian bacon, an egg, and the cheese. My wife got up in the middle of the night because people with liver disease don't always sleep like they should, and she decided to make me several of these and put them either in the freezer or in the refrigerator for later on in the week. So she fried up some of the Canadian bacon, that's what we have on here, an egg, wrapped the egg in some cheese, put it on an English muffin. So I got about 5 or 6 sandwiches waiting for me for breakfast each day of the week for the next few days. Very delicious. I had the first one this morning. It was very good. Well, I certainly appreciate it, and I'm sure my waistline will appreciate it even more. And also, my son made some chili. He always makes really good chili, and he brought us a nice big helping serving of that. So I've got some of that to eat this weekend when it gets cold. And I'm watching a little American football. And with that, Chris, I'll turn it over to you. You have a 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yep, chili to look forward to, and yeah, Egg McMuffins as well. Right, we would be going above, but I just remembered MW7BUW is mobile. So, yeah, he might go out of range of the repeater, unless he's on a mobile phone. So we give the quick priority there, and just quickly chuck it over to Paul, MW7BUW.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mike Whiskey 7 for Whiskey Mobile. Yeah, we're currently mobile on the 40. I'm not sure where you're based. I just wanted to say good evening, and the gentleman who was talking about the Swansea-Birmingham game, it actually ended 1-1. Our disabled son was there this evening, and he informed me that it ended 1-1. Yeah, as I said, thank you for an hour of viewing. I'm going to go over the range very shortly. I just wanted to say good evening to everybody, and I can catch you on a different evening.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, not a problem there, Paul. and I'm upset you didn't recognise me, but you'd recognise it with a dead call sign. I did live in Port Talbot, and you're speaking to me on probably FTM 300. Yeah, but of course, yeah, it's all good there, and of course, yeah, always here on a Saturday, and of course, the Whiskey is permanently connected up to the W.D.R.G network at the moment, so it's accessible via hotspots, Echolink, etc. And of course, it can still be turned over to other W.D.R.G's other rooms, I mean. We're going to go to Bob now, back to order, MW0, RHD.
Yeah, W7CCS, W0RHC. Oh yeah, the pancakes reminded me of some years ago. I was down in South Africa with motorcycles to go to CMA. And we were staying in open doors, and they had some Americans who served up American pancakes one morning breakfast. Never seen anything like it. This plate arrived, yeah, this big picture of maple syrup and a bacon. And I said to myself, well, I've had pancakes before, not that big. I've had maple syrup before, it looks about the same. But I've never had it with bacon. And the guy said to me, he said, just give it a try. And with trepidation and expecting not to like it at all, I tried it. And it was the most glorious thing I've ever tasted in my life. Crispy bacon, American pancakes with maple syrup. It was absolutely glorious. Yeah. Thanks for that reminder, my friend. It really, really was an experience. Yeah. I'm hoping to go down there again and have some more of those pancakes because they're really quite delicious. Okay, well, the kettle's just been put on. So I'm going to have a cup of tea now. Same thing, that's what I'm taking. Then I'll get back to you on my next if it's still going by the time we get there. M7CCS, MW0RHC.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, very much there. And, yeah, you said you're going to go and make Dawn a cup of tea. Okay, I'll catch you on your next over. So, we're going to go around to Paul now, M7SOP, coming in via the Echolink.
Charlie Sierra, I think, I'm having a night there. That might, I can't even think of whether it's night there, night tonight. Anyway, from Ragchew Net, I seem to be having an awful job. I actually want to try and get it by digital means to do that. But you've got a nice list of means by which you can get into this net. But that's like not one entry in it which actually making any sense for me to get from the talk group on the pre-DMR via Southwest Cluster. I should be able to do it, but I really don't know. I really don't know how to do it. Just got the list up. and it's sort of one big list of connections. But how do I connect everything to it? I should be able to with everything there. Definitely offer options to actually make it happen. But it goes straight over my head. It really should be going straight over my head. But I'm actually studying for 5 minutes of it. It's really lost at the moment. It's in there now, learning, finding it easier than actually doing what I'm already qualified to do. And never mind, it will work itself out eventually. And I don't go back on the Echolink screen, otherwise you won't see me, and I seem to be awfully quiet, so hope you got any of that, some of that. Let's do it, hospital.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, I'm having struggle hearing you on the Echolink slightly, but I turn my radio up, and then of course, yeah, the next person in is going to boom my radio. I know it will, and he would, so I know to put that down. But the Southwest cluster, I believe their time slot 1 is 950. If you're on a hotspot. But of course, if you're actually accessing directly to one of their repeaters, you need time slot 2 to change the talk group, because time slot 1 is local only. However, yeah, it's pretty much, it's not for me to go into how other systems work, because it's on their website, in a sense. And normally the best way is to get hold of the repeater keeper for the repeater gateway that you are using, and if you can't clarify how it works. But normal protocol, if it was a Brandmeister repeater, would be slot 1 would be local, slot 2 would be able to move it around where you want to. I believe on the Southwest it is local on time slot 1, and then linked up via 950 on slot 2. But of course you would have to disconnect the 950 before actually putting in the talk group to go over on the free DMR. It is CQNorthwest talk group that links in for the Ragchew Net. But of course, if you actually use the publicised talk group, you should be able to get in. But you need to put that talk group into the code plug of the radio, and I'm guessing, and it is only a guess, it would go to time slot 2 on the repeater. I'm not actually in, although I'm in the Southwest, I'm not actually in range of any of those DMR Southwest repeaters. I'm in range of Salop cluster, but not Southwest, free DMR. So if I use it, and I do, my gateway actually does sit on it, as well as this and everything else. But of course, yeah, in the week time. But of course, I don't have a gateway that I can access like you. But it will be to do with the code plug. If you're using OpenGD77, hold down the hash key and what time date? Okay, so I finished. So if you are using the OpenGD77, it'll either be a hash or a 0, the combination of different radios. You hold it down, and then you would use the hash probably to take it out of private call. That might be why your error. You're doing it in private call. You need it to go to group call, and then use that talk. And it should work, but you need to use the group call, and you need to disconnect the gateway before chucking it anywhere, because then if you've chucked it over and then someone talks on the Southwest cluster, you'll hear that. So yeah, it's basically it's you know, when you use an analog repeater, you've got the user etiquette. You use a digital repeater, there's user etiquette. So you would you can say where you're going to switch it, switch it, disconnect it, switch it. So we're going to go to Andy, MW0AXD. Don't do what he does. Listen to what he does because it's interesting, but don't do as he does. Hi, hi. Over to you there, Andy. That's why, because you get in, get caught and it don't work. Hi, hi. So, we go over to Monty, QW1 CEO.
Whiskey 1, Tango and Romeo. Yeah, not much change to the last spoke, really. Just having one of those lightweight burger things. Struggling to keep food down. Well, not keep it down, but actually eat. I've won some new tablets and they've really messed with my taste buds. Well, everything tastes just disgusting. So, I'm trying to eat what I can eat. I've got an apple strudel in the oven and some custard, so maybe that'll go down better because sweet stuff seems to work better than that bitter anything. It just gives weird. Yeah. Got to crack on with what we got, haven't we? Winter, well, it's still cold and damp here. I hate it. Not much else going on. Watched football today myself. My team did win, which was good. So we're mid-table now, so that's not the right place to be. I don't want us to go up too far because it's always too much of a financial burden against the bigger teams. It just can't be. You can't play against the money the Cities and the Chelseas and all that lot get. So it just ruins the club, I think, for the small Midlands clubs. But yeah, apart from that, same old. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango, Romeo back to control.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Okay there, Monty. And yeah, you say same old, but you know you're dying to get that Dalek cake, and you're dying to put up Bofang Mini now, isn't it? And but it is inside there and you talk to the postman as he comes down the path, and yeah, talk to the Amazon drivers, and you can order some delivery food, and tell him, try and tell him that the Dalek is the person that's ordered the food. You can have quite a bit of fun with that. Film it if you do. But so it's all good. So we're going to go. We're going to see if anyone else would like to join us, and then we are going to go up to the top. And I am going to think about. We'll go around one more time, and then we will do a 7-3. Before Steve asks, and that's at 6 minutes. That's at 36 minutes past 8, Steve. But it's all good. It all depends on numbers, and the log looks really healthy with 16 people in it. But of course we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people, 6 including me in play. Boss making Dawn a nice cup of tea. Have Benny will be back. Hint, hint. So we're going to go round to G, and we're going to see if anyone else would like to join us. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and then over. Okay, third, so it's to G0, use that.
G0, use that. Back to the group. Yeah. The new log, but never mind. Really? I was thinking, like, this morning when I was sat on the car, I had a handle working on, this guy kept calling in on the repeater. It was a GW, a G0, but he sounded quite old, and and I went back to him. He did that maybe 3 times, and so I don't know what that was all about. You know, I mean, if he just wanted to check access, he could have said that, and I wouldn't have bothered. But I noticed that call in on a repeater, and if not getting him, it'll go somewhere else, you know. So I don't know. That's probably why. Can't win them all. To be fair, I'm not that bothered really. I prefer talking to people. To myself. Nobody back. I have. When I called out on there as well, I got nobody. So there we go. Chris, I think you said 7 3 this time. M7CCS in the 0. You use it.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Rod. And yeah, troubleshooting for Paul, M7SOP. And of course, yeah, also reading the comments, then I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic, but I'm reading the repeater that he's using, and yeah, I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic, but it says, time slot 2, talk group 950, will call the local repeater to relay audio on all Southwest repeaters, and the dial on demand is on time slot 2, and it's not slot 1. So that might be the problem, the mixture of using private call and the wrong slot. So yeah, although it's local, it's yeah, it does say on their website time slot 2. Right.
That's the end of my food. M7CCS from GW5EOG. Back to you, Chris.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, thanks very much there. And, of course, yeah, it's gone quiet again. Right, Donna said it's gone quiet again, so it might have gone quiet whilst I was presenting the screen. It may be back now. But, of course, yeah, I was just presenting some information there for M7SOP, just to read it along, and it is time slot 1, you are correct there. Now, it seems to me like the way they worded it, it works like an open spot. So you will dial your number that you want to get via private call, and then you will use a group call of talk group 9. But it might be a little bit of confusion about how they've actually written it out. Yeah. So that's all good, and of course, yeah, we like to try and help as well. We're going to go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Stephen, sounds like you had a pretty good meal with your son, and sounds like a good amount of food. So, everybody had their fill of drink and food. Anycom makes one of the best DMR radios in my opinion. I've got a lot of their products here in my house. I keep their kids going to college by radios I buy. And they just released a new radio, the 890, as a step up from the 878. And our local dealer here in the United States is called Bridgecom Systems, and they've tweaked that radio and added some more features to that 890. So I did a pre-order on that, and right around Christmas time, just received my radio yesterday. And it's a very cool looking little radio. It looks a lot like the 890. It's got Bridgecom's badge number on the top of it, and it's called the Maverick. It's not called the 890. Bridgecom has named it the Maverick, which sounds very cool and Western, I guess. But I'm here learning about it. I put in my channels and talk groups and digital contact lists and zones last night, and started playing with it this morning. And it's been a pretty cool radio so far. Like I say, to me, I understand their code plugs, and it's just a matter of learning some of their features on it, because this one has quite a few extra features that doesn't come on the regular 890 UV that Incom is releasing. So I got to learn a little bit more about it, but it's a fun new toy. Like I say, I talked to a gentleman a few months ago, 80-something years old. He said, if there's a new radio out there and I want it, I'm going to get it, because tomorrow it's not guaranteed. So I'm going to play with it as long as I can afford one. And I'm taking up that cause too. So if there's a cool little radio that I want to get and I can afford it, I'm going to get it, because you never know what next week might bring. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Thanks very much there, Michael. So, yeah, next we are going to go round to Bob, MW0, RHD. Over to you there, Bob.
M7CCS, W.D.R.G. Yeah, we're watching a video today from Bridgecom about that radio. It looks very, very interesting indeed. Really does. Not that I've had some horsepower. I'm just stick with my own too. And I've got the 878. TGIF I've got, so there we go. Anyway, it's been good to be with you this evening. Good to hear everybody with the news from the UK and across the pond as well. So yeah, look forward to the next time that I can make it in. Can't guarantee when that would be, but one of the things that we don't manage was where it's not. I don't think we're around next weekend, exactly. What do I have in some together? So, I don't think I'll be around. I'm not sure. Maybe we can make it in. But for now, I'm going to say good night to each and everybody on the net. And we wish you best out great. I look forward to the next time that we can talk. So, from Mike Whiskey 0 Romeo Hotel Delta. 7-3 all. After wishing you best.
Yep, 7-3 there, Bob. Thanks very much. And of course, I'm sure we'll catch you again. I'm sure we might hear your tones through the wall. Of course, yeah, calling out on Suttersnet. So, right, we're going to go now to Paul M7SOP. Over to you there, Paul.
From Mike 7, Sierra Oscar Papa, and leaning right, almost on top of my laptop so you can hear me tonight. I don't know why it's playing up like that, but yeah, from Mike 7, Sierra Oscar Papa. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't even going to argue with you for tech. I worked out the block number. I still didn't realise that it's public group, or not private group. That is probably why I've been having the difficulty of not getting into anything for the last week when I was trying to get to groups that I never know have been active, that are active, because I'm watching them on the free DMR dashboard. It's through which I will get to you on the CQNW, I believe. But that's a list of contacts where you can actually contact everyone. Everyone wonder I'm confused because my brain to work properly, I just need one link to contact. But I probably use more than one if I looked at how to use it properly. Having a look at my eyesight at the moment, I've got to go to all the hospital appointments over the next 3 months to fix my eye. So when I've got that fixed, I'll be able to do things a bit better. Anyway, given the time that I'm sitting, I'm 37.3. I don't know if this is that time. I believe it is, isn't it? I'm 37.3 and I'll speak to you next week. If not, we can put another chat when it's returned, please, Chris. So much to see us, good brother, in the group.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, all good there. And of course, yeah, I'll say 7-3 to you. I'm pretty lucky because I have got some RF gateways, although I've not got a free DMR one. And of course, it was actually yourself coming onto the Ragchew and talking about the Southwest cluster that got me into that side. And actually, I put my own gateway, MB6CCS, Charlie Sierra, Mike Bravo 6 Charlie Sierra, because of the DMR gateway. It's sat on here, it's sat on Brandmeister, and of course it's sat on free DMR, because it's sat in the Southwest. So I do hear a bit of chatter and stuff like that in the week, but of course not always. I just hear the fan going on the gateway. But of course, yeah, always try and help if I can. But yeah, I read it over, and yeah, I think it might just read wrong, and yeah, you might need a little bit of clarification. But I've always said there is no harm in asking. So when you are on the Southwest cluster, ask one of the people on it. But then you might find that they just talk on 950 on the local, and that's it. So yeah, sometimes things are out there, but not everybody knows how to use it. A lot of people don't know how to understand it. But yeah, the one suggestion is try and get a hotspot, try and understand that. You understand how the repeater works as well, in a sense. Except there's a lot more involved with the repeater. Right, 7-3 to you there, Paul. And we are going to go try and call for Andy again, MW0AXD.
7W0AXD coming at you through Whiskey. I don't know what happened there, and I think the radio's given us the ghost. I've probably got too much going on yet, especially with trying to do the Q100 reception, so turned everything off and gone back to the old trusty, well, I say trusty, hefty, I don't want to, that's not on good legs. Had a bit of maintenance recently, so hopefully I'm getting through. But other than that, I've updated you, well not to try to do Q100, and yeah, listen to the nets, yeah, it's nice to hear from everyone, so I'm probably going to bow out now and get back to some more soldering, so I'll say 73, Chris and everyone, lovely to hear from everyone, but it's nice to hear still active and still going, and WW is still working. All the best, MW0XB, go and clear.
7-3 there, Andy, and M0JKN. He's gonna love me if he can hear me, Kev. Because yeah, you sang better on Whiskey than anything else you've come in on there, Andy. But yeah, not a problem. So we'll go round to Monty, G1. See ya.
CQNW weather update. It's quite a mixed bag in the northwest. In the south, we're seeing something cloudy with temperatures around 5 degrees and light breezes up to 3 miles per hour. Central areas are also cloudy with light winds, with a similar chilliness at 5 degrees. Up north, Blackpool is enjoying clear skies, but it's a brisk 4 degrees with winds up to 4 miles per hour. No severe warnings, so grab your coat and enjoy. 7-3 from M0NWX.
Okay, so, just in case anyone was interested, we've got the weather report, and it's good for the southwest there, but yeah, it's okay if we know if it's travelling towards us as well. But yeah, that's all good. There was nothing heard from Monty because he's written on YouTube, battery's gone, 7-3. So Monty is allotted for the 7-3 there.
E0, back to the groove. Yeah, okay, Chris. Thanks very much for running the net. It's been a good net. Plenty of people on. Diverse. So yeah, all good. And a few people I've not heard before. So excellent. Okay, 7-3 to everybody. And everybody have a nice week. And hopefully we'll catch you next weekend. M7CCS G0,
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yep, 7-3 there. So next we will go round to Steve, GW5, OG, for your last over, and 7-3.
TGIF returning. Thank you, Chris. First of all, before I say 73, Michael, I've just been looking at the Anytone 890. It's quite interesting to me because I believe it's got NXDN on it as well. Now, I've got an old ICOM handheld, which is NXDN, and we use it in our RayNet group, and that's the only time I've used it. And it's, as far as I can see, there's not much activity written on NXDN other than one or two channels. So it'd be interesting if you get that working, see what you can do with it. So we'll talk again about that in the future. Anyway, so the net's been really good today. I've got right down to the bottom of my piece of paper where I write all the call signs down on, which is very unusual. I usually get about just over halfway down. So I've got 15 on my sheet. I think it's 16 on yours, maybe. So I miss sooty out, I think. So 73 to everyone. Speak to you again next Saturday, and special thanks to you, Chris, for looking after us as usual as net controller. So 73 all, back to you, M7CCS from GW5DRG. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yep, well, 7-3 to you there as well, Steve, and yeah, it is 15, no, 16, so yeah, you got 15 on your list, but you've not got City listening, of course I've got Donna listening on there as well, but of course we did the pre-check-in where I spoke, so George, I've heard him speak half an hour for the net, but not in the net, so he may be there listening, but of course I put him there as listening as he did come in, and he said he was waiting for the net. So now we go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5. He's normally first to say 7-3, not last, but it works out well. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo in, round to you for your last over, and 7-3.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, rolling into Papa. I guess we've hit the end of the road. I'm going to go grab my coat because it's 5 degrees. Sounds kind of cool to me. So I guess I'll grab my coat and appreciate the weather forecast because it is actually about 5 degrees here too. So I guess I might find myself in the UK at this point in time. But Stephen, I haven't used that particular part of the digital group. One of the things I did like about it is I don't think it comes with that radio, but it's firmware upgradable, and they're thinking about expanding it. Something they don't normally do with some of the other radios is they're already planning to do updates as they go along. It's got a faster processor in it and some upgrades that make doing firmware updates a lot easier. So that's kind of what I was looking for, is something down to the future, and with this radio. And I just thought it was cool to have another handheld, I guess. So that's just the way it is, I guess. But I hope everybody has a great week. Hope everybody feels well. Hope you feel well again soon, Donna. Heal up nicely, get off those crutches, and hopefully we'll see you on the radio more. Everybody stay warm, stay safe, and stay healthy. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo and you, Papa, 73 for this week.
Yeah, 73 there, Michael. Yeah, I had a brain blank then, but I knew I had it right. I didn't actually look at the screen, but yeah, it's because I was reading comments in the YouTube as well. So I do look at the YouTube comments, obviously, but I don't tend to tap back around there. So of course, when somebody will write right there about not being able to get in and stuff. I normally address it on the radio because if they're on the live stream, then they're normally hearing the audio. Yeah, we had a few in the list this week, and it was pretty good there. Yeah, the log looks nice and healthy. Of course, it's time for me to say 7-3. And, of course, tell you who we had in the net. So, in the net this week, we had myself, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. We had Mike 7, Golf Mike Whiskey. We had Mike Hotel. We had G0, EUZ. We had N6 UTC. He was listening via YouTube, but then he did lose his internet when he was trying to get in, he said. We had GW5 VOG. Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. We had Donna was listening, and we had MW0RHG Bob. We had Mike 7 Hotel Yankee Hotel Brian. We had Mike 7 Sierra Oscar Papa on Echolink. Hopefully in sometime in the near future on the free DMR for CQNorthwest then. We had Mike Whiskey 3 Charlie Yankee Quebec was listening, Dawn with MW0RHD. Hope she got her cup of tea. Now I've got no scroller. And then we had MW0AHD Andy doing some soldering. And we had 2W1TR Monty. We had Mike Whiskey 7 Bravo Uniform Whiskey Mobile via the WW repeater pool. I was Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, catch City in the week on Wednesday for his net. Scrolling across the screen at 16:30 on this very network. No YouTube live stream now. 7-3 for now from Mike 7.